Chapter 13. At that time, Bodhisattva Medicine King, the Great One, and a Bodhisattva great delight in preaching, the Great One, with their following of 20,000 Bodhisattvas, all in the presence of the Buddha, made a vow, saying, "We beg you, world honored one, do not worry. After the extinction of the Buddha, we will honor and embrace, read and recite, and teach this sutra. In the evil age to come, living beings will have fewer and fewer good roots, while their utter arrogance will increase. Their desire for profitable offerings will grow, increasing their roots that are not good, taking them further from liberation. Though it may be difficult to teach and transform them, we will have the strength of great patience and will read and recite this sutra, embrace, teach, and copy it, and make all kinds of offerings to it without sparing out our bodies or lives." Then the 5,000 arhats in the assembly who had been assured of becoming Buddhas said to the Buddha, "World honored one, we also vow to teach this sutra everywhere in different lands." There were also 8,000 people, both in training and trained, who already had been assured. Rising from their seats and putting their palms together, facing the Buddha, they made a vow, saying, "World honored one, we also will teach this sutra everywhere throughout other lands." Why? Because in this world people are corrupt and evil, full of utter arrogance, of shallow virtues, angry, fawning, devious, and insincere. Then the sister of the Buddha's mother, the nun Mahaprajapati, with 6,000 nuns in training and trained, rose from their seats and, putting their palms together in complete attention, gazed up at the face of the honored one without taking their eyes away from even a moment. The world honored one then said to Gautami, "Why do you gaze at the Tathagata in such a troubled way? Are you wondering why I have not mentioned your name to assure you of supreme awakening? Gautami, I have already announced that all Shravakas generally are assured. Now, if you want to have your assurance, I will tell you that in the future lives, in the midst of the teaching of 68,000 millions of Buddhas, you will become a great Dharma teacher, and these 6,000 nuns in training and trained will all become Dharma teachers. Thus, you will greatly fulfill the Bodhisattva way and become a Buddha, named, seen with joy by all the living Tathagata, one worthy of offerings, truly awakened, fully clear in conduct, well gone, understanding the world, unexcelled leader, trainer of men, teacher of heavenly beings and people, Buddha, world honored one." Gautami, the seen with joy by all the living Buddha will in turn assure 6,000 bodhisattvas of supreme awakening. Then the mother of Rahula, the nun Yashodhara, thought, "In his assurance, the world honored one has left only my name unmentioned." The Buddha said to Yashodhara, "In future lives, in the midst of the Dharma of hundreds of thousands of billions of Buddhas, by doing Bodhisattva practice, you will become a great Dharma teacher, gradually fulfilling the Buddha way, and in a good land become a Buddha, named having 10 million shining characteristics, Tathagata, one worthy of offerings, truly awakened, fully clear in conduct, well gone, understanding the world, unexcelled leader, trainer of men, teaching of heavenly beings and people, Buddha, the world honored one. The lifetime of that Buddha will last innumerable, countless eons." Then the nuns Mahaprajapati and Yasodhara, together with all their following, were full of joy, having gained something they had never had before. In the presence of the Buddha, they immediately spoke in verse. world honored leader and teacher, comforter of human and heavenly beings. Hearing your assurance was just what we needed. We are at peace. After reciting this verse, the nuns said to the Buddha, World honored one, we too are able to proclaim the sutra everywhere throughout the lands in other regions. Then the world honored one looked at the 80 trillion myriads of bodhisattva, great ones. All these bodhisattvas were at the stage of never backsliding, had turned the never retreating Dharma wheel, and mastered incantations. They got up from their seats, went before the Buddha, and putting their palms together in complete devotion, thought to themselves, if the world honored one orders us to embrace and teach this sutra, we will proclaim this Dharma everywhere as the Dharma has taught it. And then they thought, the Buddha is now silent and gives us no orders. What should we do? Respectfully obeying the Buddha's will and themselves wanting to fulfill their original vows, these bodhisattvas raised a lion's roar and vowed before the Buddha, saying, World honored one, after the extinction of the Tathagata, we will travel around throughout the world in all directions in order to lead all the living to copy this sutra, receive and embrace it, read and recite it, explain its meaning, practice it as their dharma, and keep it in mind correctly. As this will be done th- through the Buddha's majestic power, please, world honored one, though in other region, see us and protect us from afar. Then the Bodhisattva all raised their voices together and spoke in verse. Please do not worry after the Buddha's extinction. In a frightful and evil age, we will teach everywhere. Though many ignorant people will curse and abuse us or attack us with swords and sticks, we will endure it all. In that evil age, there will be monks with twisted minds and fawning, crooked hearts, boasting and full of pride, claiming to have attained what they have not. There will be forest dwellers wearing patched robes and living in seclusion, pretending that they practice the true way while disrespecting and putting other people down. Greedily attached to lucrative offerings, they will teach the Dharma to white robed lay people and be respected and revered by the world as if they were arhats with the six divine powers. Cherishing evil in their hearts, always thinking of earthly things, and assuming the name of forest dwellers, they will love to find fault with us. Saying such things as these monks, greedy for lucrative offerings, teach non Buddha doctrine. They fabricate their own sutras to delude people of the world just to become famous. They make distinctions and teach this sutra. They will continually try to ruin us in the midst of the great assembly by slandering and speaking ill of us before kings and ministers, before Brahmins and ordinary citizens and other groups of monks, saying, these are people of wrong views who teach non Buddhist doctrines. But out of reverence for the Buddha, we will endure all these evils, even when spoken to contemptuously with phrases such as, all of you, no doubt, are Buddhas. Even such scorn and arrogance we will patiently endure. All such arrogant and contemptuous words. In an evil age of muddied eon, full of dreadful things, evil spirits will take possession of others to curse, abuse, and insult us. But revering and trusting in the Buddha, we will wear an armor of patient endurance. In order to teach this sutra, we will endure all such difficult things. We will cherish neither our bodies nor our lives, but care only for the unexcelled way. In ages to come, we will protect and uphold what the Buddha has entrusted to us. World honored one, you must know that in the muddied age, evil monks who do not understand the Buddha's skillful means, how the Dharma is taught in accord with what is appropriate, will frown upon and abuse us. Repeatedly, we will be driven out and exiled far from stupas and monasteries. Remembering the Buddha's orders, we will endure all such evils. Wherever in villages and towns there are these who seek Dharma, who will go there and teach the Dharma entrusted to us by the Buddha. We are emissaries of the world honored one. Facing multitudes without fear, we will teach the Dharma well. May the Buddha live in peace and comfort. In the presence of the world honored one and the Buddhas who have become all directions, from all directions, we make this vow. The Buddha knows what is in our hearts.